So welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, my name is Meka Pari. I am here to help you build a very strong and healthy relationship. Now, today we are going to look at a very important issue, and it's the issue around how do you build a stronger relationship in this world in the digital age. How do you do that? Because it's very important to know how to build, because nowadays we are living in the world where the digital age, it's really the inner thing. So now, today we are going to look at how do you build a relationship. I want you to stay until the end, because I'm going to reveal the tools and technique on how do you build it, despite we living in this digital world. Now let's dive in. Now let's look at, number one, trust. How do you build trust in this world? Because the trust can only be built when you have transparency. Now, when we talk about transparency, we are not talking about the issue of where you look at each other's phones and that is not trust. Trust is, about you have to build it where you build boundaries between you and your partner. Because if you don't have transparency, if you don't know each other's boundaries, then this trust can be broken. And what happened is you need to discuss your boundaries with your partner. We need to communicate. So if, for instance, your partner is not comfortable with checking his phone or something like that, you need to respect that. What you don't need is not to go and sneak out and check what is on your partner's phone, because that is mostly that I'm getting almost every day. Do I need to check my partner? And when you are doing that, you might get wrong information. And at the end of the day, it can break that trust. So what you need is really that transparency. Have a clear boundaries. How do you communicate with your partner? Do you know each other's social media boundaries? That is number one. So be transparent. Know each other's boundaries. Number two is the communication. So let's talk about the communication, because communication sometimes it can be tricky. Because nowadays what we do, we only communicate through text messages. We only communicate through, mostly it's online. And I said already, that can be also misinterpreted. And many times, if you sneak into your partner's phone, what happened is, when you sneak there and you read the message, you might misunderstood that message. Maybe that message is coming from my sister. And me and my sister, we used to call each other honey, or we call each other those lovely words. And maybe my partner doesn't even have my sister's phone number, so that he can see where is this message is coming from. And my partner will misunderstood it. And because there is no tone, there is nothing, you will misunderstood the whole message, and it can also affect your relationship, because you might think your partner is cheating, but in reality, the message is coming from my sister. So the only thing that you can do in this case, rather do the voice call or the video call, where, because in the voice call, you are able to listen. While when you are just giving a text message, there's no voice. So what you need is you listen. You listen not only to respond to your partner, you listen to understand. You listen to understand. Because, as I said, the phone can be really disruptive. It can really disrupt. Because I have really seen a lot of people who are coming to me who, I remember a case where one partner ended up even in hospital. She ended up in the hospital because she is thinking the partner is cheating. And then when I ask, okay, how do you know that your partner is cheating? I found text messages. Now, when I talk to the partner is saying, no, it is really not. I'm not cheating her. So because people send each other messages, those messages can be misinterpreted. So it's very important. If you know, be transparent around that. Because people want to be transparent and around to say, no, I want to read everything. But if you read everything and you find something which is disturbing, it can really, really break the relationship. Now, the other issue is I want to talk about today is quality time. Now, when you talk about quality time, many times what we do, we spend time just on our phones. We spend time on social media. We spend time really on Netflix, on TV, and we neglect each other because of the digital world. Now, a healthy relationship requires time and attention. But if you spend your time just on the phone and you don't spend quality time with each other, so it can really disrupt or interfere in your relationship. Because 95% you spend time on the phone. When do you have time to spend time with your partner? And when you talk about for a healthy relationship, you need time and you need also attention. So what can you do? You make an effort. You make conscious effort, really, to spend time together. Because if you don't spend time together, you will end up, there are people who really, you draw apart. You drift apart. And you think that, no, we don't love each other. So you make time to also do what we call date night. Date night, you go on a date, only you and your partner. You put your phone away, you left them at home. I don't want you to do it at home because we try at home and it never worked. While you are at home, you check, but would rather go out, and then you leave the children, you leave the phones, and only the two of you. You can do it while you are just either spending time in the car and you just sit there and chat. Or you can go to a restaurant, while you are eating, you are chatting. But you are not chatting about the chores. You are not chatting about the business. Chat about the love, the relationship, the two of you relationship. Those are the things that you need to do. Because if you don't do that, you will not find time. You will not find time because you have to do it intentionally, knowing that, yes, we need each other. So when you are on a date, you discuss things face to face. As I say, relationship issues. Make effort because that's the only way to nurture your relationship. Because, as I said, technology shouldn't replace, your partner. You know that you are in a relationship. And when you are there, look at each other's face. So we really have to be very, very careful. We have to be very, 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 very careful when it comes to really those technology, especially the social media, especially the Netflix, the TV. And I also want you to do this way. I want you to do an exercise. And then just check how many the hours you spend either on social media or watching TV or just chatting with other people. And you look at which time did you start and which time you end. Let's say do it the one afternoon. You just do it one afternoon. After work, you just check how many minutes you spent either on social media or your phone texting or watching TV. And then you also compare how many times you spend with your partner. You will believe me. You will be surprised that, oh my goodness, it means I am not with this partner, especially for those who are married. Now, because the next thing that I want to discuss is really the social media. Because the social media can really cause drama and stress in among the partners. Yes, the other issue what the social media can also cause is when we post things. Now, sometimes we post things that are uncomfortable for our partner. Before I post something, I cannot post something which I feel my husband is not comfortable with. Sometimes I will check with her, is it all right? So that I post it. But you need to keep what is private. You need to only post what is comfortable for both of you. You cannot just post, because a healthy relationship can only thrive when there is respect. So it's not only just respect respect each other, respect also each other's privacy, your partner's privacy. So what he feels uncomfortable, don't share. But the other part is also sometimes you just keep quiet. You don't tell your partner that this thing, I'm not comfortable. You are keeping quiet, thinking that your partner will read between the lines and knows that, okay, yeah, this is not good to share. For me, it's good to share, but for my partner or for my husband, he's not comfortable with that. Don't just keep quiet. Tell your partner, come and tell me that, no, I'm not comfortable with what are you going to share. Or when you can see that your partner spend more time with only online, chatting with whoever you don't know, even whoever is chatting, please communicate. Tell your partner that, yes, this I'm not comfortable with. Because, as I said, a healthy relationship should be, you have to be transparency, you have to set boundaries, and you have also to respect each other's privacy. Now, finally, how do you keep now your romance when you are in this digital world? Now, how do you keep is like, for instance, many times I have couples that are in long distance relationship. Now, how do you use now this digital age so that you still keep the romance? That is now when digital age or technology can also play a role, where it can also enhance the romance, even when you are in a long distance relationship. So you can still, keep contact. You can still have the connection by sending messages, sweet messages, where you can text, or like for instance, sometimes you can also do a video call. Excuse me. You can also do a video call where you are busy with your date night. And you can also, send a virtual gift. So that technology can also help to you are still keep intact. You are still keeping your romance. You can still do your date night through those things. It has a very positive one, and it has also a negative one if you start misusing it. And you can really stay intact, even when you are separate, even when you are far from each other. Now, to sum it up, how do you build a healthy relationship in this digital age? So the issue that is really very important when in a relationship is to build trust. Where I was talking about transparency. And you need to communicate. That's number 2. Communication is a very important aspect when it comes to building a healthy relationship. And then you also need to spend quality time together. You cannot just concentrate on social media or using digital technology. You also have to make sure to do conscious. I talk about conscious decision to spend quality time together so that you are able to connect. Because this thing can easily cause divorce, because you can drift apart. But if you really know that you know that, yes, I am married or I have a partner and I am responsible for that partner. So you need to know that, yes, you don't want the digital world to cause divorce, to cause stress, to cause conflict, because at the moment, that is the inner thing that really causes conflict in a relationship. Yes, it has its advantage, especially when we have in a long distance relationship. But nowadays, many times when you hear people are coming to me, it's when they have problems thinking that their partner are cheating because of what? This digital technology. So be careful. Be careful when you have it. When you have it, use it, but use it effectively. So, and we also talk about the privacy. Keep the privacy. Things that cannot be shared on social media, keep it to yourself and discuss it with your partner. So the boundaries is very important. The trust is important. The quality times is important, as well as communication is very important. Communicate. And if you like this video, I want you to share. I want you to like, and I want you to comment. Just share your insight. Give us the tips. How you yourself, how do you keep a healthy relationship despite in this world of digital technology? How do you do it? How does it help you? So please share it in the comment below. Until next time, take care, and I'll meet you again.